2 years ago, I heard a quote that completely changed my life. Fast forward to today, I've made over 1,000 YouTube videos, grown channels to hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and made millions of dollars on the platform. And after this, I learned 3 important lessons that allowed me to blow up any YouTube channel from scratch. One from Casey Neistat that will fix your storytelling instantly. One from Mr. Beast at an exclusive mastermind that I have never heard him share anywhere else. And one on a private call with the man behind Iman Gaji's $100 million YouTube empire. And once you understand these 3 things, it will allow you to force your viewers to click, keep them watching the entire video, and turn into a subscriber that comes back again and again. Doing what I'm about to tell you in the next 14 minutes is exactly how I grew this channel from 0 to 10,000 subscribers in only 3 months. Now, if you look closely at every single Casey Neistat video, they all follow a very similar pattern, and it looks like this. And this pattern is used in almost every movie, TV show, or viral YouTube video. But 99% of small YouTubers have never heard of it, which leads to them just writing a script that has no structure or strategy behind it, meaning that their viewers are much more likely to stop watching. But once you understand it, it will allow you to keep your viewers glued to the screen. In fact, Scripting Me is even using it right now.
No, don't look.
It's called the 3-act structure. And to use it correctly, you need to start with an exposition. This is where you introduce your world to your audience. Let's take a look at how Casey does this in his video, Do Hard Things. He starts off the video with a plan to do hard things. He wakes up at 5, goes on a run, and sets the expectation that this is a video about, well, doing hard things.
And most of those hard things are things you have to do.
But then he introduces the inciting incident. He has a race coming up in 4 days. But then we learn a new piece of information.
I've tried to break 3 hours on this course 8 times.
This is the first plot point in the video. It sets the goal and tells us why he wants this. But then he increases the tension by taking us into the rising action.
Nervous? Nah, I'm good.
This makes us feel uncertain and wonder, can he do it? And then we rush into our midpoint where the shots get fired and the race begins. But then we learn a new piece of information.
I stopped and ran back to help him, and he said, "No, keep going. Go, go, go. It's yours, brother. No way I'm gonna be able to do this because I lost Roberto." And then there was another part of me that said, I have to do this because I lost Roberto.
This is plot point 2, which leads us to the pre-climax where Casey is on the last few miles of the race, and he's facing the area where he failed last year.
And this was my decision point. My hard thing was to break 3 hours, and that is a hard thing I could win or I could lose.
Until he reaches a beautiful climax and crosses that finish line. The next minute is just a resolution sharing the lessons that he's learned. And if you're anything like me, you probably felt something. And that is what storytelling is all about. Now, we can use this with education, vlogs, documentaries, or even cooking videos. And if you follow the story structure, I can guarantee you get more views, subscribers, and build a loyal audience that comes back every time. But to really stand out in your stories, you need to take it one step farther. You see, the best YouTubers in the world know when to break the rules. The 3-act story structure is the most basic storytelling framework that you can follow. But we also have frameworks like this, and this. You see, a master storyteller knows when and how to break the rules. As you get more advanced, you can start to add flashbacks to your story, weave in multiple storylines, and even add plot twists that your viewers would not expect. And one really good way to do this that I don't see a lot of people doing is something called a campfire video. This is where you sit down, tell a story, or talk about a topic, then the viewer gets a sudden flash into a backstory that you've gone and filmed retroactively. Then it cuts back to you where you explain the significance of that backstory, and then tie that into the next plot point where it flashes back or forward to visualize and show what you are actually trying to say. But storytelling is not just done through writing, it is also done through your visuals. And there's something that I've started doing recently that's allowed my visual storytelling to improve significantly. And once you understand it, your viewers will stay longer and your videos will get way more views. And once I implemented this visual storytelling hack on my first YouTube channel, it took my views from this to this. You need to do something that the top YouTubers do on every single video they make. It's called the 3-shot rule, and it instantly makes your videos more visually appealing. Let me show you how it works. All right, so I'm about to show you one of the best and easiest ways to improve your videos by taking better B-roll. Now, it's actually a very simple process, but the problem is that most people just ignore it. But once you understand this, your videos will literally be so much more engaging and just overall a lot better. So let me show you how it works. It's called the 3-shot rule. Say that I want to take a B-roll shot of this computer, right? So first things first, what I would do is I would actually take the B-roll shot of this computer wide. So I would take it wide, I would go here, go like this, and then pan. And then what you can do is then you go a little bit closer. So now what I want to do is I want to match that transition. I'll go up, right? And then I'll go here and then up. Now, what I've just done is had a medium shot. So we did a wide shot, a medium shot, and now we're gonna do a close-up shot. So I'm gonna go like that, and then, right? So now we have 3 shots. We have the wide, we have the medium, and we have the close. So when you shoot your B-roll like that, you can tie those in the edit and then make it look so much more engaging than if you were just to take one shot. That's a basic piece of B-roll. It's a very simple trick, but it increases your engagement by a ton and makes your videos so much more engaging. Now that you know how to create a perfect video, you need to focus on what actually gets views. Because if nobody clicks on your video, it doesn't matter how good your storytelling is. And no, I'm not talking about your thumbnails or titles. I'm talking about a strategy that allows you to make only proven ideas that are guaranteed to get views. But unfortunately, I see 95% of small YouTubers ignoring this, which leads to them struggling to get views on their videos, even though the content that they create is really good. They just don't understand the concept of outliers. And in the next 3 minutes, I'm gonna show you exactly how they work, how to find them, and actually give you 33 outlier concepts that are working right now in 2025 that you can create today. An outlier concept is a video that did exponentially better than the average videos on a channel. And if you look at my channel, you can see exactly this. 4,000 views, 9,000 views, 6,000 views, and boom, almost 500,000 views. And if you replicate this video, it will likely go viral for you as well. But don't copy it one for one because it will not work. You need to take this concept and apply it to your niche. Let's say that you talk about real estate investing. This is boring, but it makes me $10,000 a month in passive rental income. Or you have a cooking channel. This is dumb, but it'll make your fettuccine Alfredo perfect. This is just one of the thousands of outlier concepts that you can replicate to blow up your YouTube channel in 2025. And I am about to give you some of the best outlier concepts that are working right now. All right, so here are some of the best concepts for you to make today in 2025 on your channel. So the first one is by Ali Abdaal. If I started a YouTube channel in 2025, I do this. So you could do, if I started a real estate company in 2025, I do this. If I started cooking in 2025, I do this. If I started traveling in 2025, I do this. That is a video that applies to every single niche, and it's a very good concept to make. Next one, we have this one by Matt Shields, and it's basically, I built 6 SMAs in a row to prove it's not luck. So what you could do is you could change that to, I built 6 houses in a row to prove it's not luck. I cooked 6 fettuccinis in a row to prove it's not luck. You could say, I started $6 million businesses in a row to prove it's not luck, right? There's so many ways that you can take this angle. This video did 640,000 views when Matt is getting on average a few thousand views, meaning it will very likely work for you as well. Same thing with this. So how I work 4 hours a day and make $730,000 a month. So you could be like, how I danced 2 hours a day and won a competition, how I ice skated 4 hours a day and won the Olympics, you know, whatever it may be. How I cook 4 minutes a day and hit 200 grams of protein. So there is a ton of ways that you can use this concept. Next one is the POV vlog style. This is popularized by Daniel Dalen, who's just been blowing up recently. And this one is specifically about Bali, but any type of vlog, especially if you're more of an entrepreneur, this will crush for you. And these always pull insane views. Next one is I did X for X hours. This is what I learned. I use this one. This is very similar to this video right now that you're watching. Great concept by Finzar, and it's a very good video to make for almost any channel. Next one is how to make a killer X to achieve X goal. This is by April and Alter. Crushed this video, got 1 million views, and it's a very good video for you to model as well. Next one is this is boring, but you'll hit 1,000 subscribers fast. So this is boring, but you'll hit X goal fast. This is boring, but you'll make a perfect fettuccine sheet. This is boring, but you'll make $1 million. This is boring, but you'll get a six pack. There's so many ways to do this. He got 400,000 views on my channel, and on average, my channel gets, 5 to 10,000 views. So this video outperformed all of my other videos by a ton, and you can basically copy it and get a ton of views and reach. Now, there are a lot of other concepts on this list. If you want to see what they all are, I give them away 100% for free in my school group in the first link in the description. Now that you have the videos to make and know how to make them, I want to give you the most powerful lesson that I've ever learned on YouTube from James Clear. And it's simple, but it can change everything. There are so many YouTubers that are struggling to get views. And after 1 year of posting, their channel normally looks like this. It's ridiculous, it's wasted effort, and if you actually learn how to play the game of YouTube right, your channel can look like this instead. It all comes down to a concept from the book Atomic Habits. You see, 1% improvements every day over the span of a year equal a 37x improvement. And this applies to YouTube as well. If you make every single video slightly better than the last, it is impossible to fail long term. Now, Mr. Beast says just make the best videos possible. And while this is probably the best advice ever given about YouTube, what does it actually look like? You see, there are two ways to make your videos better. The first way looks like this. So there are a ton of minor improvements that you can make on your YouTube channel. And the first is titles. So titles are a very easy way to just slightly improve your videos and improve your packaging, right? Because if you make a better title, then you can get more views, right? More people will click on it, it will be a benefit, and that can be one of the things that's holding you back, right? So what are the ways that we actually make improvements on title? Well, there are a few. The first one is title balancing, and this is where you want to think of your titles as weights. So you want to think about capital letters on your title as weights, which essentially means like you think about a scale, right? And then you have capital letters, say you have capital letters on one side, you have capital letters on the other side, and you want to think about it exactly like a scale. So I'll draw out a scale here. So if we have capital letters here, and then small letters here, and then capital letters here, then it is equal, right? However, if we were to erase this and make this small letters, then the scale would tip to this side. So we want to basically balance out our capital letters on title. The second thing that we want to do for titles is to add the dream outcome. So we want to add the dream outcome. So let's say that someone wants money. In the title, you are going to add money into the title. How to make $10,000 a month, how to make $100,000 a month, right? You're gonna add these things into the title, and that's going to improve your title's clickability. Number two is thumbnails. And how you make a minor improvement on a thumbnail is essentially making it simpler, more colorful. And how you can do minor changes on thumbnails, you can do them a lot of ways, but one of them is to simplify them. If you look at a thumbnail, let's say we have a thumbnail here, a lot of people will add some crazy stuff up here, add some stuff here, here, here. They'll have them in the middle, right? And then what they'll have is they'll have like a transformation or like a graph up here. And there's just so much stuff going on, right? It doesn't look good. Maybe they'll have some text here, just does not look good. So this is not what we want to do. For a thumbnail, what we want to do is simplify it. And we use something called the 3-element rule to do this. That means that you have 3 elements on your thumbnail. So we have one, we have the person, then let's say we have a graph, and then we say, let's have some text. Now that looks so much better than this one right here. Even though they're very similar, this one has so much stuff on it. This one's very simple, and that one will perform much, much better. The second thing that we want to do on thumbnails as a minor improvement is to create curiosity. So as you can see, say it's easy. Let's say this is a video titled how to make $100,000 a month. Well, most people don't think that that is easy, right? So this right here creates curiosity. So another way to improve your videos is actually just get better at filming, right? So let's say that we have a camera down here. You want to essentially learn how to shoot cinematic video. That goes a long way. And by the way, most of the time that means you don't need a camera, you simply just need a lighting setup. For example, with the most popular lighting setup YouTubers use, it looks like this. They have the subject here, and then they have the camera right here. And then what they do is they have one light shining like this. So this is light 1, that's shining on them. And then what they have is they have a smaller light, so right here, that's gonna shine on them a little bit to lighten up the side of their face slightly. And then what they're going to do is they're gonna have a backlight as well that's going to light up the back of their head. That is called a 3-point lighting setup, and that's a very easy way to make a minor improvement on your video. Now you can also make these minor improvements with editing, ideation, scripting, all of these things things, anything that goes into a YouTube video, research, all of that is minor improvements, and I would recommend trying and testing all of these little minor improvements, and also just making the videos better every time. Make them 1% better. That's the best way to get more views, is to just make better videos. Everyone tries to optimize their analytics. They're like, oh, what's my CTR? What's my AVD? My question is, how can you make your videos better? If you focus on that, then everything else will come. Now, the second kind of improvement is even more powerful. And once you understand it, it will allow you to make huge jumps in your views. These are called quantum leaps, and they are where you change a lot about your content at once. Let's say that you are making talking head educational style content. You've been editing yourself, adding B-roll, but then you hire an editor and completely level up your editing. This is a quantum leap, and that one change could take your views from a few hundred to a few thousand. Same for thumbnails. You could hire someone who's been doing it for years and who's 10x better than you at Photoshop for around $25. These quantum leaps do not have to be expensive. In fact, you don't have to spend any money at all. You could test out a challenge video instead of your normal talking head style. That way you're making a big change without breaking the bank. And the best YouTubers make both big and small improvements constantly. And if you do it too, your channel will grow to 1,000, 10,000, and eventually 100,000 subscribers. And now that you have the strategy to blow up your channel, you need to learn how to actually make perfect YouTube videos. But unfortunately, I can't fit all of that into a 10 to 20 minute YouTube video. So that is why I made a completely free YouTube course with over 6 hours of content, going over everything that you need to know to grow your channel from 0 to 100,000 subscribers in 2025. So watch this video next, where I show you what you'll learn, how to get access, and how you can use the information inside to blow up your YouTube channel in 2025. Thanks, and have a good one.